You don't need grand gestures. You don't need perfect words. Sometimes a single touch in the right moment says everything feelings never could. Most people think emotional connection is built through long conversations, shared experiences, or saying exactly the right thing. And yes, those matter, but there's something even more powerful working underneath all of that. Something primal, something that bypasses logic entirely and speaks directly to how a man feels when he's around you. Touch. Not in an obvious way, not in an overdone way, but in those small, quiet, almost accidental moments that leave a lasting imprint. Science backs this up. Human touch releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, and creates feelings of safety, warmth, and trust. And when done with genuine intention, it builds emotional attraction that goes far deeper than surface-level chemistry. Here are 7 subtle touches that make a man feel deeply connected to you. Touch 1. The arm graze during conversation. When you're talking and you briefly rest your hand on his forearm to make a point, that tiny moment does something powerful. It signals presence. It says, "I'm here, I'm engaged, and what you're saying matters to me." Men often don't receive gentle, non-transactional touch in their daily lives, so when it comes from you in a moment that feels completely natural, it registers deeply. It's not about the touch itself, it's about what it communicates without a single word. Touch 2. The reassuring hand on his back. There's something incredibly grounding about feeling a hand placed gently on your back, especially in a moment of stress, uncertainty, or social pressure. It's quiet, it's calm, it says, "I've got you." For a man, this kind of touch creates a subconscious association. Being around you feels safe, and safety is the foundation of every deep emotional bond that has ever existed between two people. Touch 3. Fixing something small on him. Brushing lint off his shoulder, straightening his collar, fixing a strand of hair that fell out of place. These micro gestures carry enormous emotional weight because they communicate care without demanding anything in return. It's nurturing in the most understated way. And for a man, being on the receiving end of that kind of quiet attention makes him feel seen, truly seen, in a way that sticks with him long after the moment passes. Touch 4. Leaning into him during a quiet moment. Not dramatically, not forcefully, just a gentle lean. Shoulder against his, sitting close when you didn't have to. That kind of touch communicates comfort and chosen closeness. You had options and you chose to be near him. That subtle act of physical preference sends a message to his emotional brain that no amount of words can replicate. Being next to you is where I want to be. Touch 5. The lingering goodbye. Most goodbyes are rushed. A quick wave, a half hug, a distracted "see you later." But a goodbye where your hand holds his just a second longer than expected, where the hug doesn't end abruptly, that lingers in his mind for hours. It creates what psychologists call an emotional echo. The moment is over, but the feeling isn't, and he'll find himself thinking about you without fully understanding why. Touch 6. Touching him when you laugh. When something genuinely makes you laugh and your hand instinctively reaches out to touch his arm or his knee, that is pure, unfiltered connection. Laughter is already one of the most bonding human experiences, but when touch accompanies it, the emotional impact doubles. It anchors joy to your presence. Over time, he starts to associate being around you with feeling good, and that association becomes something he quietly craves. Touch 7. The gentle touch that asks for nothing. The most powerful touch of all is the one with zero agenda. A soft hand on his when he's talking about something difficult, a brief touch on his shoulder as you pass by. No expectation, no performance, just presence. This kind of touch communicates emotional maturity and genuine warmth. It tells him that your affection isn't transactional. And for a man searching for real connection, that realization is quietly everything. Here's what all of these touches have in common. They're not about technique, they're about intention. When your touch comes from a place of genuine care, genuine presence, genuine interest in him, he feels it, not just physically, but emotionally, in a way he may not even have the words for.
Connection isn't built in the big moments, it's built in the small ones, repeated, genuine, and quietly unforgettable. If this gave you a new way of thinking about connection and attraction, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want more honest, psychological-backed insights on relationships and human behavior, subscribe, because I post every week and I'd love to have you here. Drop a comment below telling me which touch resonated with you the most. I read every single one. See you in the next one.